Imagine waking up tomorrow to a world completely devoid of humans. What would happen to our planet if, suddenly, we all just disappeared? Picture cities silent, vehicles motionless, and homes left empty. This thought experiment isn't just a flight of fancy, it's a window into the resilience of Earth. As we peel back the layers of human impact, we uncover how quickly nature can heal and adapt. From the bustling urban jungles to the deepest oceans, life persists and transforms. Join us as we embark on a journey through a world reclaimed by nature, starting with the first few days. Without humans, the Earth doesn't stand still. The first changes begin almost immediately. Imagine a world where the constant hum of cities, the roar of traffic, the buzz of industry all come to an abrupt halt. In the first 48 hours after humans vanish, the absence of human activity makes its mark. Airplanes no longer streak across the sky, factories cease to pump smoke into the air, and the endless streams of cars on highways are nowhere to be seen. As these man-made juggernauts stutter and stop, the immediate impact on the environment is palpable. Air pollution levels plummet, allowing for the rapid return of clearer skies. The blanket of smog that once shrouded many of our cities begins to lift, revealing a brighter, bluer sky perhaps not seen in generations. Urban wildlife, previously marginalized by human presence, starts to venture into these now quiet urban spaces. Birds, more audible now, sing a little louder. Deer cautiously wander down what were once busy streets. As the skies clear and the bustling noise fades, a new natural order begins to restore itself. A year has passed in our hypothetical human-free world. The changes are both profound and sweeping. In the concrete jungles of what were once bustling cities, a dramatic transformation is underway. Skyscrapers and streets, once symbols of human ingenuity and persistence, now serve as the new frontier for nature's reclaiming force. Vines creep up the sides of buildings, prying into the crumbling facades, while wildflowers and grasses crack through the asphalt, asserting their dominance in this new era. The absence of human activity has led to a resurgence of wildlife in areas previously off-limits. Deer wander down what were once busy highways, now silent corridors of greenery. Foxes dart through empty parks, and birds of prey circle above, reclaiming their old territories. Even large predators like bears and wolves are spotted more frequently, exploring deeper into these urban territories driven by curiosity and the expanding reaches of their habitats. Waterways, too, are transforming. Without the maintenance of dams and levees, rivers begin to swell and alter their courses, slowly but relentlessly. In some places, they overflow their banks, creating new wetlands where fields and playgrounds once stood. These new aquatic systems become hotspots of biodiversity, hosting a variety of fish, amphibians, and waterfowl that thrive in the absence of human interference. The rural landscapes are not left untouched. Fields once meticulously maintained for agriculture are now overrun with pioneer species and opportunistic plants. Forests start to expand, swallowing up the edges of fields and creeping towards abandoned homesteads. The line between man-made and natural begins to blur, with young saplings taking root in the nutrient-rich soils of untended farms, heralding the return of woodlands. As buildings, bridges, and other structures face the unrelenting forces of weather and decay without repairs, they too start to falter. Concrete cracks and metal corrodes, each day bringing subtle shifts as the artificial slowly yields to the organic. Nature has begun to erase many of the marks we left behind, but this is just the beginning. Fast forward 100 years. The Earth has transformed even more drastically without human hands to guide or disrupt its course. As we venture into this century of solitude, the remnants of human civilization continue to crumble and decay. Skyscrapers, once symbols of human ingenuity, are now skeletal frames draped in a lush green veil. Vines climb the rusted spires of bridges, and streets once bustling with life are now silent, carpeted with moss and wildflowers. Plastics, those once ubiquitous materials, have begun a slow decomposition, fragmenting into smaller pieces, yet they still linger, a stubborn testament to their synthetic longevity. Metals corrode and buildings collapse, their materials reclaimed by the earth, transformed into raw, mineral-rich components that feed the burgeoning forests and sprawling meadows. Cities, those great human hives, are unrecognizable. Iconic landmarks, submerged under ever-expanding forests, become little more than contours in a verdant landscape. The Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, such marvels are obscured by the relentless growth of nature, their forms blurred and swallowed by the Earth's new canvas. The animal kingdom thrives in this new world order. Species once on the brink of extinction due to human activity now flourish. The skies are alive with the calls of birds, their numbers vastly increased, and the seas teem with fish and mammals, undisturbed by boats or fishing nets. Predators and prey have re-established their old rhythms, and ecosystems long disrupted by human interference now find a new, or perhaps ancient, balance. The climate, too, begins to stabilize. With the cease of industrial emissions and the vast growth of forests, carbon dioxide levels lower, allowing the planet to slowly heal. Temperatures moderate and weather patterns gradually return to more ancient rhythms, predating human influence. A century later, our planet has rewritten its narrative, one where human footprints fade into the wilderness. Millennia have passed, and Earth has entered a new era of wild resurgence. Picture a world where our urban jungles have transformed back into literal ones. New York, once a bustling metropolis, is now a vast forest, its famous skyline replaced by the towering canopies of oak and maple trees. The Golden Gate Bridge, partially submerged, serves as a magnificent reef teeming with marine life. The Sahara, once a desert, has expanded, swallowing cities that were on its fringe, turning them into new arid ecosystems. In this new world, the absence of humans has allowed nature to reset its course. The air is cleaner, and the rivers run clearer, having washed away centuries of industrial residue. Animals have not only reclaimed their old habitats but have also carved out new ones. Elephants roam freely through the overgrown ruins of European castles, while wolves hunt in packs through the silent avenues of what was once downtown Chicago. The most fascinating aspect of this new era is the evolution of species. With no human barriers or interference, animals have adapted in extraordinary ways. Birds, for instance, have developed larger wingspans to navigate through denser forests, and some mammals have grown thicker furs to survive in regions that have become colder due to reforestation. In tropical regions, insects have evolved vibrant colors that mirror the rich, unspoiled flora surrounding them. Marine life has flourished as well, with coral reefs expanding and diversifying in the absence of human-induced pollutants and warming seas. Fish populations have surged, creating a robust food web that supports a variety of marine predators and scavengers. In this new ecological tapestry, every species has had to adapt, evolve, or perish. This is natural selection operating without checks, molding life in its purest form. It's a world where the rule of survival is not just about the fittest but the most adaptable. Our planet, once sculpted by human ambition, now thrives under the rule of natural selection and evolution. As we've journeyed through a world without humans, we've seen Earth's remarkable ability to heal and adapt. The landscapes once dominated by concrete and steel have gradually returned to their primordial states, with forests reclaiming cities and animals roaming freely where streets once bustled with human activity. It's a powerful reminder of the resilience of our planet. This thought experiment isn't just a fascinating journey into the hypothetical, it's a mirror reflecting our own environmental impacts. Each step of the way, from the vanishing of human noise to the rewilding of urban spaces, underscores a fundamental truth. Our presence is both profound and pervasive. Think about the skyscrapers, the bridges, and the monuments we've constructed. They stand as testaments to human ingenuity, yet in a world reclaimed by nature, they crumble and decay, succumbing to the relentless forces of biology and weather. This decay is symbolic, illustrating that, despite our ability to create, we are not the ultimate custodians of time or nature. Our ecological footprint goes beyond the physical structures we leave behind. It's etched deeply into the very fabric of the Earth, through altered landscapes, extinct species, and climate change. These changes are profound and in many cases irreversible during any human time frame. They serve as a stark reminder of the weight of our responsibility. Reflecting on this scenario, we must ask ourselves about legacy and impact. What legacy do we want to leave on Earth? Is it one of destruction and depletion, or can we aspire to a harmony that allows for a thriving, vibrant planet, even in our presence? This reflection brings us to a crossroad. The idea of sustainability is often framed as an inconvenience, a set of limitations. But what if we saw it instead as a blueprint for coexistence? Imagine a world where our cities are integrated into ecosystems rather than imposed upon them, where renewable energy replaces the burning of fossil fuels that cloud our skies and minds. We are part of this world, intricately woven into its complex ecosystems. Our survival and well-being are interconnected with the health of these systems. The challenge then is not just to survive, but to thrive, and to do so in a way that doesn't diminish the Earth but enriches it. In a world without us, Earth thrives. This begs the question, How can we modify our behaviors to ensure a thriving planet even with our presence? This is not merely a call to action, it's an invitation to step into a role that has always been ours, to be stewards, not just inhabitants of this beautiful, resilient planet.